Hey, Dream Chasers, this is Amy J, and thank you guys so much for tuning in to this special edition of Vlogmas 2020, Day 9. That's right, folks. We are doing 31 days of Vlogmas, and in preparation for 2021, we are doing every day a topic on self-development, ways that will help us, let me get that straight, ways that will help us get ready to face 2021. 2020 is just about over. It doesn't mean you can't use these skills and topics that we're talking about to, how do I want to put it? Kick 2020's butt in the last few weeks. But it will definitely help you to prepare for 2021. A lot of what happened in 2020 was out of our control, but it doesn't have to be anymore. How we react to something is what we can control. And so let's talk about that for a little bit. But first, a new feature, as always, as I'm preparing and updating my experience with Ecamm and things. Let's see if this works. We're going to ask that if you aren't already, please click the subscribe button and click the little bell icon so that you can be notified of future videos. Did that work? Did you like it? I'm very excited because it worked, I think. So yeah, I'm getting better. And that's a choice. That's a choice because I'm working on it, and that's something I want to do. So today I want to talk to you guys about defining your life. Yes. Yeah, it's important. It's important. Defining your life. A lot of people, and one of the main reasons I started this, my Chasing Dreams podcast, this channel, and the work I do is because I struggled with defining my life. Yeah, it was like that. It was scary for me. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what I needed to do. And so I did what I thought was expected of me. I did what I thought I was supposed to do. So after college, I got a bachelor's in computer science. And when I did that, I had a job at NASA Goddard Space Flight Center. Amazing opportunity, amazing experience, don't get me wrong. But I didn't feel challenged in my life. I wasn't feeling excitement. Here's the common phrase that, looking back in my life, I now take as a warning sign. I loved the people I worked with, but I wasn't excited about the work. I loved the people I worked with, but the work itself wasn't exciting. In fact, the epiphany moment I had was I was one finger clicking a button to run tests for scientists to use this data program. And in running this test, the first thought I had was, my sister could do this. And she's a biologist. I kid you not. The moment I said that, I sat back and was like, where am I? What has this come to? Is this what I'm meant to be for my life? And it was a tough realization. It was really, this is how I felt. Well, not like that. This is how I felt. Yeah. Like my life was that sound. It was a direct reflection. I was blessed, don't get me wrong, but you can be blessed and unhappy. Sit with that for a moment. You can be blessed and still be unhappy. And the reason you're unhappy is because you're doing something that is out of alignment with what your life is meant or intended to do. For me, I always thought in my life I would do things that would help people, help others. And, when I had that realization at NASA, my thought was, how am I helping anybody this way? And it was tough. It wasn't easy because the struggle I had was that having this government job, the moment I got the job, everyone who told me this was perfect. I had a government job. It was secure. It was everything I needed. I was set for life. Don't leave, essentially, is what people told me. And I was struggling because this is what was expected. As an Indian person, I was a computer scientist at NASA. And even to this day, people are like, NASA? NASA? You left NASA? And some places aren't meant for us, guys. And we have to listen to our inner selves when that voice comes up. And so I had to decide, what was I going to do? I had to decide. Not my parents, not my community, not my family and friends, me. And whatever path I took was going to be my path. And I had to accept the consequences, whatever they may be. But let me tell you, when I made the choice to go to law school, hands down the best decision, except for the 6-figure debt. Best decision. Here's why. I felt like myself. I was doing something towards the work and intention of helping others, and that made such a difference in my life. It did. I found joy again. I found, joy in studying. I did. I had so much fun. Negotiations was the best class. That was my favorite. And, it is what it is, but I was doing something I loved. Was I going to be at the mercy and hands of student debt for years to come? Yes. Did I make that choice? Yes. You don't know what will happen when you go down a road, but you know what will happen when you don't go down a road, right? So I took the chance. I did that. And, as I say, that's it. That's what she wrote. And so I felt better. Now, I came up again with an indecision moment. When I went to law school, I was thrown off because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. I wanted to help people, but what was the best way to do that? Law school gives you so many options. It's like, what do I do? I knew I didn't want to do courtroom stuff. I knew I didn't want to be in the corporate area, just wearing a 5-piece suit every day. Well, people had an opinion for me. Everyone knew, like, if you're going to do this, Amy, the thing you need to do is you need to go to patent. You need to become a patent lawyer. That's what you need to do. And I got to tell you, there were warning signs again where I was like, I don't think that's what I want to do. But I did it. I did. And there's some regret. There's some not. I think I did good for what I was doing. Amazing boss, amazing mentor. He is the one that has taught me to set boundaries, and I'm grateful for that lesson and for other lessons he has taught me that we call Andyisms. And so I love that. I did, but it wasn't for me. And so I went through ups, I went through downs, and then I ended up making a decision to accept a job at Comcast as a contract manager. Guys, again, best decision of my life. Your life is full of decisions you make and decisions you don't make. That's what they are. But taking that chance of moving out of Maryland, taking that chance and trying a job and with skills that I hadn't practiced or had experience with, negotiating, scary. Absolutely. Hands down. Best decision though? Yes, 100%. Because here's what I could say. I love my job and I love the people I worked with. That's what you're looking for. Life is figuring out those things. But here's the problem. We let other people decide and tell us what it is we want to do. When we're young, we let society or our community, as an Indian, as an immigrant, people are like, doctor, lawyer, engineer. Those are your options. Those aren't your options. Your options are whatever you want to be. Because at the end of the day, you are the one that has to answer to yourself. God forbid, at a long time from now, when you pass away, when you look back at your life, are you going to say that you lived with regrets? Because a lot of people, the top 5, and I think it's even the top 3, if not the number one reason people, the number one thing that people say when they look back on their life, I wish I had made different decisions. I wish I had made my own choices. Yeah. So this is what I want for you. 2021, make your own choices. Taking input from other people, no problem. But you got to be the one to make that choice. You got to be the one to say, yeah, it's not for me. where that in that form may not be for me. What do I mean by that? I love negotiating, but maybe I don't want to work for the government to do it, right? So, me working for a private company, even better. So, you got to decide. Life is about trying and failing. Try, fail, change, try something else. But you have to be the one to decide. You're not going to be happy if you live someone else's life. It's your life. You have to define what you want it to be. So in 2021, and go ahead and start using this now, you decide your life. Yeah, there's no one else. You decide. So if you want to try new things, try new things. If you want to get a new job, get a new job. Here's the caveat. Let me say this before people go quitting jobs. Look for the job, but don't quit the job until you get the one that makes sense, right? Because you defining your life doesn't change the fact that there are bills. And here's the thing, even though there are bills, you can still do things. Like you may not be able to change everything in your life all at once, right? So while I was doing patent law, I may have been unhappy, but I made a conscious decision that said, I can't leave this job now until I find another one. So what can I do now to make myself happy? Enter podcasting. Yeah. Podcasting filled a hole for me that I didn't realize was there. So I would podcast, I would be helping people. I was passionate about what I was doing, even though I wasn't necessarily thrilled by the work I was doing. But at the same time, I was also looking for another job. And so I kept balancing those two things until that job came. And then when that job came, I enjoyed the job, I enjoyed the people I work with, and I had podcasting. So figure out what it is you want in your life. If something's not, if you're not happy right now, if something's not working, write it down. Figure out why that's the case and do something about it because you can. There are very few things that cannot be changed. There will be ramifications. There will be consequences, but they do not last forever. Okay? So I just want to leave that with you guys. This was a bit of a longer episode than I was expecting it to be, but I thought it was important to share my story with you in case it helps you make a decision. Okay, so here's the last thing I want to leave you with. Defining your life is being open and honest about who you are. The world needs you as you define yourself, not as others define you. So if you're hiding behind something, if you are burying who you are underneath because of what other people will think, let it go. Be who you are. That's who the world needs. That's who I want to see. Okay, that's who you ought to be. It does a number in a positive way on your mental health when you are honest about who you are. There may be some rumblings or repercussions in the beginning, but it'll pass. And you will be so happy, guys. So happy. All right. So I just want to share that with you, that nugget of wisdom, if you will, as you get ready for 2021, even for the last part of 2020. Remember, you define your life. Make it what you want it to be. All right. So till next time, which is tomorrow, day 10, when we talk about focusing on the dream chase. Don't stop. Keep chasing.